Everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your Mercury retrograde reading. I thought it would be a good idea to see who or what we will all be dealing with during the retrograde, which begins officially on Thursday, July 17th and ends on August 10th. I'm going to begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be in the description box. I've set the intention of this reading to be for your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. You're welcome to look at any of those placements or maybe even another placement that you regularly follow. If you're not sure what your placements are, also in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. Also, my friend, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetaro.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during this round of Mercury retrograde. You have fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing, and realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Tell me more about this, please, for Aries. Why are they dealing with fantasy and realizations during this Mercury retrograde for Aries, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle now. Thank you. First card out, my darling, we have the Devil, the Empress, Temperance, the Lovers, the Hermit, the Magician. I pulled out the Chariot, which I wasn't going to do, but something made me do that. So we're going to take the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. That leaves the Five of Swords, High Priestess, and the Star here to the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there definitely is some kind of choice here on the table for you, Aries, with that Lover's card. That's like the original choice card in tarot. I don't know who or what this Empress is to you. The job, the career path, the type of life you want, the life path. It could be an individual, whether that's someone who's known to you or not. But this would be like the new beginning or the new pathway to take in your life. I feel like you're spending the majority of Mercury retrograde contemplating this opportunity. Again, I don't know what it is for you, but it looks like you're giving considerable thought to it, almost obsessively, but in a good way. Devil to the Empress to the Temperance would be, this is the goal, the dream, the fantasy that you're thinking about. I think you're thinking about it positively, but you're not really taking any big steps towards it. And even though Temperance is fire energy, right? It's Sagittarius, it's tempered, it's quiet. So I don't see any really big movement towards this person, place, or thing. Again, for the majority of the retrograde for you, there just seems to be more of this daydreaming aspect to you about thinking about what life would be like if you were to move in that direction. I do think that this person, place, or thing is some type of wish fulfillment for you, or something that at some point in your life you are manifesting. I really hope I get that job or that opportunity, you know, or that person or that type of person. But you seem to be paused here a bit before actually moving forward with it. I do see you ending Mercury retrograde with making the decision here, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune to the Ace of Pentacles, to want to move forward in the new direction. I think that's your realization here. So maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need the next 3 or 4 weeks to really contemplate this, what life would be like. Is this really somewhere you want to be, or someone you want to be, or someone you want to be with? And it looks like you're moving towards the new by the time we get to that August 10th mark. So that's what I have for you, Aries, spending the bulk of Mercury retrograde thinking about the person, place, or thing you want to move towards, and ending Mercury retrograde with the realization of, yeah, I'm going to do this. I don't know how quickly you're going to do that. I guess we'll see as we dip into August or we get closer to August, but there is a realization here of, I want to move towards the new. So maybe that's what you needed. Maybe you needed this 3 or 4 week break to really think about it. That's what I have for you, my dear. If you like that message, resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's take a look at who or what you'll be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. You have trapped, stuck, tied down, captive. And then you have distracted, sidetracked, change, and delays. Why is Taurus dealing with trapped and distracted during Mercury retrograde? For Taurus, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. On that little flip that we had there, that was the Eight of Pentacles card. The first card out, my dear, we have the Four of Swords, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. Two cards came out here. We have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Swords, we have the Devil, and we have the Knight of Cups. So you're definitely trapped in something here, Taurus. That leaves the Nine of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the World card. Oh my, to the Ten of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So you have a situation, environment, or connection in your life. It has emotionally disappointed you on some level. Three of Swords for me is a sliding scale sword card. So whether, you know, that Three of Swords represents you're just feeling down, or you're feeling depressed, or maybe there really is some heartbreak here for you because of lies, cheating, deception. So, you know, how small or how large that Three of Swords is will be different for all of you. But I feel like you are spending the majority of Mercury retrograde healing from that. I like that we have the Four of Swords to that Three of Swords, because that tells me that you're healing. There is a path that you want to take. I do think that you want to move forward in that Knight of Cup energy, but it just seems to be a very slow build. And I don't know what's happening in your life that's making you feel stuck, but it's like you're blocking the new beginning. You feel trapped. You feel way down in the situation, environment, or connection with that Devil card, but you're not making any big moves during Mercury retrograde to move away from that person, place, or thing. You're trying to stay balanced. It looks like you'll be trying to focus on yourself, building up your self-worth, maybe for some of you, even building up your finances. I do think whatever this person, place, or thing is, you'll be a bit cold towards them because of that Queen of Swords energy here, but it's more like, I am continuing to exist in this situation, environment, or connection, but I'm not giving a lot of emotion into it. So let's say this is a job. You're still showing up every day. You're putting 100% in. You're tending to your responsibilities. But at the end of the workday, it's like punch out, clock out time, and you're going home. You're not giving any more or less than what is expected of you. I do think in 1 month's time, you're moving forward, but you seem to be keeping yourself distracted here with finances, other obligations, other responsibilities, and more importantly, taking care of yourself, which I really like to see that. But yeah, it's almost like your path forward is blocked. So I'd love to leave this job, but I can't until I find the next job, right? I'd love to leave this living environment, but I can't until I find or secure the next living environment. So at least you're cognizant of the fact here that the situation, environment, or connection that you're in is toxic, that it has brought you some distress. And again, what that degree is different for all of you. You recognize the need here for healing. You also recognize that you're not able to move forward until you lay out the next step. So I like that for you. No big abrupt changes here for the Taurian collective. And I kind of like that. I always say you're the backbone of the zodiac. And this is why. This is because you will deal with the hard stuff until you can create a path forward. So it's not a reckless feeling here, or not a reckless energy by any stretch of the imagination. We have the Nine of Swords, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the World card to that Ten of Swords. And then the Hermit. So yeah, it's almost like you know that you need to close this out, but it looks like you're focused on something else before you do that. Whether that Ten of Pentacles is, I have to secure another place to live, I have to secure more money for myself. There's definitely here, when I see tens and the World card like that sandwiched in between them with these other cards on the deck, on the table here, it's clear to me that you're looking to move on from this. You're just not able to do it just yet. There's some kind of delay here. And I think for most of you, the delay is just setting up the next step so you can make a smooth transition from closing out one cycle and moving into the other. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. That appears to be what you're dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. Make sure you take plenty of time for yourself. It looks like you're going to need it, but energetically speaking, I think you already know to do that. So I just kind of want to remind you to keep doing that, to keep taking care of yourself over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's what I have for you, my love. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini. Let's see who or what you're dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. You have escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away, and finality, farewells, leave behind, and closure. Okay, tell me more about this here for Gemini. Why are they dealing with escaping and finality during Mercury retrograde? Just saw the Hangman. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the Ten of Cups. We have Temperance, and we have the Hangman, shows itself again. We have the Eight of Cups, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, we have the Hermit, and we have the Empress. That leaves the Three of Pentacles, Magician, and the Star here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there's a situation, environment, or connection here in your life, Gemini, that at one time you identified this as the Ten of Cups. This is my wish fulfillment. This is where I want to be, who I want to be, who I want to be with. This is what I want to do for a living. So this added to your Ten of Cups. It added to your emotional contentment. I feel like there's something here that's been happening kind of in the background of this situation, environment, or connection that has left you suspended here. I don't think that you were quick, or you will be quick to make this decision. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. It's fire energy, but it's tempered. It's a slow build, right? It's not like a emperor kind of fire energy, right? This is a very tempered energy. So it's like almost trying to make a decision here. Is this person, place, or thing truly my Ten of Cups? Do they add to my Ten of Cups? Do they subtract? There's a lot of mental exhaustion here, even though I don't have any Swords cards on the table except for the Four of Swords, which tells me you're healing from overthinking this. So that Hangman position is like, I really need to see this from all perspectives. Is that person, place, or thing something or someone that I want in my life? And I feel like by the end of Mercury retrograde, most of you are going to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. I don't think that it comes easy for you to do this. I don't think that it comes easily at all, because this is immediately followed by the Four of Swords. But I also don't see the Three of Swords. So there's like some heartbreak here, but it's not earth-shattering heartbreak, because again, I think you've been thinking this for quite some time. It's almost like you're grieving the loss of the situation, environment, or connection before you actually depart from it. So there's already been some emotional disengagement from whomever or whatever this is. And then in that Four of Cups energy, I think at the end of the day, why you're departing from this person, place, or thing is because it's no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. You could feel rejected by it, neglected. So yeah, I think you're avoiding. I think you're blocking. I think you're walking away. I think you're leaving this behind. I think this is the final closure here for you. Both of these cards talk about walking away, walking towards the new. And then we immediately have the Fool to the Hermit to the Empress. I feel like you're really in your power. I don't feel like this is anything that's coming to an end because of some outside influence. Like, I don't think this is a job firing you. This would be you deciding to find another job and give your notice. I don't think this is the friend or family member or lover who's disconnecting from you. I feel like this is you in your power making this decision. Three of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Star card. You're manifesting the new. Page of Pentacles there at the bottom of the deck. You're manifesting your wish fulfillment, whatever that is. And it looks like after a long period a long period of time here of like consideration, your final conclusion is that this Ten of Cups, what you thought would be the Ten of Cups, is actually the Four of Cups. And so it does look like you're walking away from it by the end of Mercury retrograde and almost instantaneously wanting to manifest anew. It's like, okay, that business plan didn't work out. I'm manifesting the new business plan. That job didn't work out. I'm manifesting the new job. That friendship didn't work out, or that love ship with that romantic partner didn't work out. Okay, automatically manifesting the new. I want you to give yourself adequate time here to heal before you kind of jump into the deep end with wanting to manifest anew. But it looks like over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks, you are emotionally, and then it looks like physically separating yourself from whomever or whatever this is. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Looks like you are pushing away something or someone that at some point you thought was part of your Ten of Cups. And what you're realizing is there's so much emotional separation between the two that it's left you an emotional lack. And that's just not, not a feeling that you want to continue being in. It's not a state that you want to continue feeling and being in. So it does look like you're walking away from whomever or whatever this is. That is what I have for you, Gemini. That is your Mercury retrograde reading. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. If you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Let's dive in and see who or what you'll be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. You have family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy, and then you have bluff, pretending, mask, and exaggeration. Okay, tell me more about this here for Cancer. Why are they dealing with family and bluff during Mercury retrograde for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Moon, the Hermit, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and King of Wands. That leaves the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Fool card to the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Well, Cancer, I think that you have someone, the soulmate, soul bond connection here in your life. It looks like there was an ending here. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. And I don't know if that happened by choice or by force for you, because it's a collective general reading. For some of you, you decided to end the connection with this friend, family member, or lover. For others of you, the individual decided to end the connection with you. However, during Mercury retrograde, you are receiving communication from this soulmate, soul bond connection. I don't think you see this coming. I think for most of you, this very well could be occurring right around the new moon in Leo, which is happening on July 24th. I feel like this person wants to come in from out of the cold. This is someone who's offering you a pretty sincere apology here. There is a conversation that they want to have with you. This person could also, I feel like most of you are meeting this person like face to face. So maybe they're coming to your home, you're going to theirs, or you're meeting in the middle somewhere. So maybe for some of you, there also could be a gift here with that Six of Pentacles energy. I think this person sat on this for quite some time. For some of you, it could be up to 6 months. So you've disconnected from this person emotionally or physically over the last 6 months. It looks like this person, for whatever reason, needed a lot of time to absorb the loss, to understand what transpired here, again, whether it ended by their choice or not. And it looks like after a considerable amount of time of consideration and thinking about you and thinking about what went wrong in the connection, it does look like they're coming forward. Now, you have 3 of the 4 aces here. As a tarot reader, I always look at, what's here and what's not here and what's not here. We don't have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles, but we don't have the Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like this person, I'm going to take the family card here. If they want to come in, reconcile with you, be a family with you again, reconnect with you in that way. But with that bluff card, pretending, mask, and exaggeration, I think that's you here, Queen of Wands to the Moon. You're not quite sure if you could believe this person because of what transpired in the past. You don't know if they were just wearing a mask or are they putting on a good show. So I will say to you, as someone who did reconnect with her person, we had separation 2 summers ago. I've mentioned this before on the channel. We took a break. He came back. And I thought, oh, yay, this is great. And then I was like, you know what? I need to slow it down because it's Mercury retrograde. If everything works out and we're still together and we're still on the same page come September, then bravo, I know it's the real deal. So I'm going to give you that advice. If this person returns from the past and you feel like, yes, I've been waiting for this person, I want this friend, family member, lover back into my life, my little caution to you is because you're already unsure, Queen of Wands to the Moon card to that bluff card, whether or not this person is telling the truth or not, that they want this new beginning, I would almost say to give them that next 4 to 6 weeks to kind of prove themselves. Even though the retrograde ends on the 10th, there's a 10-day post shadow. So between now and like August 20th. And I kind of feel like that's why that Ace of Pentacles is missing. It's almost like the proof is in the pudding. I think you need to wait to see what the pudding here is, basically. So I would just take it super slow. If you're inviting this person back into your life, if you're going to accept it, I would be a hypocrite to tell you not to reconcile with an individual during Mercury retrograde because I did it myself. 2 years later, I think it was the best decision I made. We are together. We are on the same page. Everything is great, but you may just want to take it slow because I also had a friend do the same thing at the same time. And her relationship did not pan out. So I always say reconciliations during Mercury retrograde. And we have 3 every year, 3 retrogrades a year in Mercury. Sometimes 4, but more often than not 3. You have a 50-50 shot of this working out. Is this just this person being nostalgic, or has this person truly had the epiphany that they want to be in your life and you in theirs for the duration? You're not going to know until you're well out of the retrograde period, and that includes post-shadow. So yeah, if you want this person back, it looks like they're reaching out to you between now and August 10th. Just take it super slow and see where it goes. If you start off September 1st and things are still going great, I think you know that your odds then are improving for this to actually continue to build and grow and deepen in respect to the connection. If not, at least you didn't completely emotionally invest yourself in something that had 50-50 odds. Okay, that's what I have for you, my love. It looks like during Mercury retrograde, you will be encountering or receiving, I should say, communication from someone from your past who wants to reconnect with you. What you want to do is completely up to you. My advice from my personal experience is to just take it slow. That's what I have for you, my love. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. We have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. And you have silence, frozen, no words, stone wall. Okay. Tell me why Leo will be dealing with one day and silence during Mercury retrograde for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Just saw the Moon card. Thank you. We have the Sun, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the World, we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. That leaves the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, Page of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you have this individual in your life. The connection came to an end. If it hasn't completely come to an end, I feel like there's been a halt in the connection. Like, I'm not investing much more into it. They're not investing much more into it. I'm speaking like you. That's the feeling here. It's like, this is you, Leo, in the Sun card, the Knight of Wands. You were all in on this connection, and then suddenly there was a halt here, Seven of Pentacles. I don't know if I want to continue investing in whomever or whatever this is. It is a soulmate, soul bond connection to you, but it wasn't incredibly burdensome. Some of you, you completely shut the door on this person. Others of you, you just kind of disconnected from the individual because you haven't quite made the decision to completely shut this person out of your life. I feel like this person wants to return. There's a desire here for this Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Three of Cups. This is someone who's giving a considerable amount of thought about coming forward and wanting to reconcile with you. We have the Page of Wands here. We have the Star card, and we have Temperance. Not a lot of action, right? The Page of Wands is small or minor fire energy. Temperance is fire energy. It's Sagittarius, which is a fire sign like you are. But again, it's tempered and it's quiet. So I do feel like this person wants to heal the connection with you. They're not quite sure how to approach you. So I think they're coming in small text message. If you're still connected with them online, this could be like a comment under a photo or maybe a post you make, maybe messaging you on like instant messenger through Facebook or Instagram. For some of you, if you have friends or family that connect the two of you, this could be like a message coming to you from a third party, like they're friends with your sister, and so they have their sister say to you, hey Leo, I bumped into so-and-so at the store and they wanted me to tell you hi, or they'd like to talk to you sometime if you want to reach out to them. So for some of you, it could be like that with that third party. It's like a friend or family member or acquaintance lets you know that they bumped into that person mentions you, and now it kind of puts the ball in your court if you want to respond back to them, right? If you want to reach out to them. So I feel like this person is hoping and wishing like one day, right? Someday, somewhere in another time, Leo and I will come back together again. This individual is different for all of you. This could be a spouse. When I see King to the Queen of Pentacles, could be a business partner that you had shared resources with. So again, whoever this person is different for all of you. There was either a very hard ending here, like you're going your way, I'm going my way, or we're still in a connection, but we're barely talking. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords, not much left to say here. If you're living with this person, we're only communicating when it's, what do you want for dinner? Did you know the electricity bill came in? It was blah, blah, blah. It's just very mundane, routine stuff, right? Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. It's just about system. So it's like how the household finances work. No great big love romance for those of you where this is like a love relationship. Everything just kind of halted here. And there's been a period of silence between you and this person. I do see this person reaching back out to you. But again, I feel like it's small. This isn't a knock knock on your door or again, if you live with them, this isn't someone who's coming home with this huge romantic gesture or anything like that. It's small incremental steps to kind of see if you left the door open a little bit. If there's a little crack in the door, they're going to try to weasel or wiggle their foot back into it. So that's what I have for you. Whoever this individual is, it looks like since the separation here in the connection, this person has not been able to stop thinking about you, thinking about what went wrong, thinking about what they could have done, what they should have done. And it looks like they are reaching out to you during Mercury retrograde. But again, it's small. What you decide to do with this person is up to you. I'll give you the same advice I gave Cancer 2 summers ago. As most of you know, I separated from my person. It wasn't a huge separation. He came back around, and I did realize it was Mercury retrograde. I decided to take it super slow. I think that was the best thing that I did. I did not want to become too overly, emotionally invested in someone who just told me they didn't want the same thing that I wanted. I wanted long-term commitment. I wanted a relationship to move faster. He got cold feet and he bailed on me. And then he came back around and I was like, you know what? I'm not going all in. It's in the retro, you know, we're in a retrograde. I don't know if he's just feeling amorous or maybe even guilty, right? Mercury retrograde has a tendency to do that to people. So I was like, I'm going to take it super slow. If we make it to September and he still wants to go all in and have the happily ever after, great. And if not, then I didn't compromise any more of my emotional state by going full throttle back into reconciliation. And I got to say, it worked out. 2 years later, we're still together. So it can work, but I would tell you to wait way after the retrograde. So I would take it slow if you're deciding to take this person back, because again, this could just be feelings of guilt or shame for how they treated you during the retrograde. And then by the end of the retrograde, those feelings dissipate. So I would take it slow. Retrograde ends on August 10th. You got approximately 10-day shadow period. So it'll take you to August 20th. I mean, I played it safe until September 1st. We had the retrograde right around the same time. And I just played it safe. And I think you should kind of do the same if you take this person back. Now, I did have a friend who went full throttle on reconciliation, crashed and burned on her, totally broke her heart. So I would just say you have a 50-50 shot here during Mercury retrograde, which we have 3 during the year, sometimes 4, but more often than not, 3 retrogrades of Mercury throughout the year. And reconciliation during them is always a 50-50 shot. So I would just take it really slow and not become too overly emotionally invested in this person, just in case it does crash and burn. If not, you make it to September and you're both on the same page, like, you know, like we were, fantastic. Then you can continue to proceed with caution. But that's what I have for you, Leo. Looks like someone from the past is coming back around again to want to reconnect with you. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo. Let's see who or what you will be dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. You have obsession, infatuation, adoration, and addiction. And chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. Oh, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes, okay? Tell me why obsession and chemistry is here for Virgo, for Mercury retrograde, for Virgo's sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. Why are they dealing with obsession and chemistry? Gee, I want to be a Virgo during this Mercury retrograde. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, I don't know why. I just heard that Taylor Swift song. And I guess it's because I saw the fireworks here. Sparks Fly. I guess look that up. Maybe the words of that song are relevant to you. Okay, 2 of Wands, 4 Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, the Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune to the King of Wands. Okay, so I think you have been paused. Whether you're currently in a connection or not, I think you've been paused. I think you've been wondering about, do I take the connection I'm in a little further? Do I become a little bit more vulnerable? I don't know. Last time I did that, I got my heart broken. For others of you, it's, I'd like to see who else is out there, right? I'd like to connect with the next soulmate, but I'm a little nervous to do that again because of what transpired in the past. I'm still healing. I don't really know if I'm ready. And then boom, it's like by the full moon in Leo on the 24th, where you're closing, I was going to say Chariot season, you're closing Cancer season and entering Leo season. Like, I'm ready for action. Action. I'm ready for action. I think you have felt, I don't want to say alone. I think you have a lot of built up sexual tension, whether you're currently partnered or not. There was something here about, I can't be fully vulnerable at this time. That's all going to change once you enter Leo season. You're ready to work on opening up your heart. You're ready to be more generous when it comes to love. And the moment you do that, it's like the block that you had in this love connection or just in meeting your next love partner, it's like the block is removed. Like, it comes down, Wheel of Fortune is here, and then before you know it, you've got the King of Wands to the Queen of Cups. It comes in really fast, or this, no pun intended. It, she, he, whatever, comes in really quick. So I like this for you. There's been a lot of, I need to hold myself back. I need to heal. I don't know if I'm ready. And then it looks like you are ending Cancerian season like, I'm ready. And there's, the feeling here is a lot of sexual tension here is built up. You kind of been keeping it to yourself. And I feel like you're ready to work. You're ready to open up your heart. You're ready to, I want to say you're feeling way more confident, because I have the 6 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles. If you add them, that's 9 of Pentacles. It's the most abundant singular energy for me in tarot. 9 of Pentacles and then the 9 of Cups. So this is you feeling really on top of your game. You're like, I'm ready for love. I'm not only waiting for it to come in, I'm going after it at the same time in that Emperor energy. So I like this a lot for you. I would expect you would find your person by the end of Leo season there, as soon as you get out there into the world. For those of you who are currently partnered, I think there'll be a lot more passion developing between you and your person between now and the end of the retrograde, which would be right there near the end of Leo season. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Be safe, okay? Be safe out there, but have a good time. It looks like your sexual chemistry here is going to be off the charts. I think you're going to have a fabulous Mercury retrograde, but again, just be careful and be mindful and play it safe. But yeah, it looks like the collective is ready to open up their heart again and to lower their walls just a little bit, to be a little less defensive. And I like that for you. I think you're ready for it. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your Mercury in retrograde message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. You have stress, turbulence, tension, and arguments. That's no bueno. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. My. Tell me more about this for Libra. Why are they dealing with stress and exhaustion? For Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the Three of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have the Hangman. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Swords. Five of Wands, and the Sun. That leaves the Magician, the Hierophant, Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like I've tapped into a group of you. You just want to be happy during Mercury retrograde. You're tired of the fighting. You're tired of being so defensive. You're tired of being so indecisive. You're tired. That exhaustion card is no lie. This is, I want to move forward towards happiness, whether I keep this person in my life or not. I just want to be happy. It's almost like you're contemplating, it's almost like you're smiting God. It's like, why did this have to happen? Everything was just fine. Everything wasn't just fine. Everything was fine on paper. Everything was fine surface level. It was like an iceberg, you know, and it looked okay. It didn't look that bad, but underneath there was a lot more going on. And something transpired here in this connection quite recently, where the iceberg got flipped upside down, and now we get to see the big underbelly, right? That big, like, oh my God, this relationship had more problems than I even realized. So I just kind of thought it was always that small cap. But now that it's been turned upside down, you're seeing it. And I kind of feel the feeling here for some of you is almost like, I don't understand, God. Everything was good. Ten of Pentacles, life is good. I was making money. They were making money. The relationship was strong. We were going to go the distance. But I think what you need to see here in another perspective was it wasn't. It actually was restricting you in that Seven of Wands energy. Five of Wands, there was a lot of competition and disagreements. You really weren't on the same page with this person. And being in this connection was actually a block to the Sun card. The Two of Swords astrological placement is actually the Moon in Libra. So something was not just fair or balanced. You were tolerating it. Again, you were putting on the appearance, like on paper, everything looks great, and to the public, everything looks great. But if you would look at it from another perspective, you would realize there was a lot more tension building up underneath. I feel like it's all now come to the surface. I get the feeling here from you during Mercury retrograde. It's like, I just want to be happy. I think a lot of you want to turn the clock back to before the time that the iceberg capsized, right? Before it turned over. I don't think you're able to do that. I think you need to go through this process. It's an ugly process, I'm not going to lie. And for some of you, you know, you're nearing the end of that process. Others of you, you're just starting it. I saw this with the Virgo collective. They went through hell last year because of something very similar. However, the majority of them now are on the other side of it. They've gone through the process. They looked at the underbelly. They looked at themselves. And most Virgos are either in a healthier connection now, or they're single and just feeling really good about being single. So there's something here transforming in the Libra collective that's similar to what Virgo went through last year. I don't think you can sit in this indefinitely. I think that this is meant to change, and I think it's meant to change you. I think it's meant to harden you a little bit in this Queen of Wands, kind of King of Wands energy. It's almost like this happens. So the divine, it's like you're being forged through fire. So you come out a little stronger, a little bit more resilient, a little less people pleasing, a little less tolerant of just accepting crumbs or accepting bare minimum. So I do think the next 3 or 4 weeks, you're probably going to feel emotional exhaustion. If you can break away from this tension with that Sun card, and now I know not everyone lives in the Northern Hemisphere. Some of you are in the Southern Hemisphere, and it is, you know, it's winter. I get it. But there is something here about needing to take a break, whether that it means you need to create an hour within the day or within the week, just within your home, because maybe, again, you can't leave because of the weather, or whether it is you need to create a half hour, an hour every day or every week to get out of the house on your own. But there's something here about being emotionally depleted because of what's going on. Instead of resisting the change, this is more like you need to go with the flow and understand that whatever you thought here was structured and solid really wasn't. It was meant to capsize. It was meant for you to see the ugly, the underbelly, to realize that this connection had far more problems than maybe you wanted to recognize. And this now enables you to, again, get forged through fire and come out a little bit stronger. I know nobody likes to hear that, but that was the intent. You were not meant to stay in a connection that kept you small, that treated you poorly. So this had to happen, unfortunately. I don't think you're making any big decision in respect to this connection over the course of Mercury retrograde. I do see a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting. For some of you, it'll be about resources. It'll be about money. But the divine here is trying to tell you, because it's going to be such a draining situation for you, and this is a long journey. This is not going to come to an end a week from now. For those of you nearing the end of it, because again, you're all on different points, then it's been a long journey. You can look forward to this wrapping up. If you're already in it, this separation, this divorce, whether it's from a business partner or marital partner, and you're really nearing the end, like maybe you're just waiting for the final court decision or the mediator to, you know, do one last thing between the two of you, then yeah, I think within the next 5 weeks, you're closing out Mercury retrograde, really entering the sun, entering happiness, warmth, feeling more a sense of like vitality. I'm back. I made it through. It was a long journey. It was draining, but I have better days to look forward to. For others of you, you just started this. You didn't start this process. A lot of Libra started this process 6 to 7 months ago. So they're like reaching the conclusion now. For others of you, you just started the process. So you have another 5 or 6 months most likely to go before you completely wrap this up. And if that's the case, this is just telling you, you're really, really going to need to take some R&R. And I don't just mean over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks from now until whatever this situation is comes to an end. You're going to have to create some rest and relaxation for yourself, whether, like I said, it's 30 minutes in the home every day, or, or a week. I understand some of you have kids. You can't, you're like, easier said than done, Jen. I work all day and then I come home, I have to make dinner and I got the kids and I got homework and I don't have an hour to spare. I understand. Make it 10 minutes. 10 minutes where you are by yourself. You're either at a park, you're feeding the birds, you're enjoying the sun on your face, or you're home and you're meditating, or you're listening to your favorite song. Don't let it be sappy. This is everything to help build up your mood, to relieve you of stress and worry. Watch a funny movie once a week. There's something here about trying to find the joy in the midst of chaos. So if you've been going through this for a while, Divine is telling you this is going to wrap up. And by the end of Mercury retrograde, you're going to be in this very restorative, calm, a new chapter of your life here is opening, and it'll be a lot more balanced and happier for you. For others of you, you're in the thick of disengaging from whomever or whatever this is. Like it just kind of started maybe within the last month or two. It's going to be a long journey for most of you. I'm not going to lie. So you're definitely going to have to build into your schedule between now and whatever this is that's ending, R&R time for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to continually feel emotionally depleted. So that's what I have for you, my love. That's what you can look forward to during Mercury retrograde. Definitely creating a system, a plan for yourself, something built into your schedule where on this day and this time, every week from here on out, it's just for me. And that's a very healthy thing for you to do. So, and it's a good thing for everyone to do. And I still do it, even though I'm out of the divorce and all of that. I still have my Friday night bubble baths. It's just me. And then I do my mani-pedis and I watch a movie. And I need that after everything that I've gone through in my life and everything that I continue to go through. Because when the cameras are off, I've got a real life. I've got responsibilities and stress and tension and decisions to make. So it's something that I was able to incorporate into my life moving forward. And I'm going to recommend that you do that as well. That's what I have for you, Libra. That's your Mercury in retrograde reading. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. You have curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Oh no. Oh no. I denounce this reading as a Scorpio moon. Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience. Okay. Why is Scorpio dealing with curse and chasing during Mercury retrograde? For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Page of Cups, the Sun, the World, the Three of Cups, Temperance, the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. There you go. Seven of Wands and the Empress. I'm going to take this because it kind of was sliding out with it, the Death card, which is your energy. It leaves the Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you have someone here in your life that you can't get rid of. I don't know, maybe some of you want to end the connection with this person with that World card. For others of you, you do not. But I feel like you can't get rid of this person. I don't know if this is a friend, family member, or lover. That World card could signify that you've tried to end this connection, or you very well could have a lot of distance, because sometimes for me, the World card could also be travel. So maybe there's a lot of physical distance between you and this individual. Either way, there's distance here, whether that's emotional distance in terms of like physical distance, because we live on opposite ends of the world from one another. For others of you, this could literally be like you ended this connection and you're trying to heal and move on from it. But this person's coming back around again. This person is now chasing you. This is someone who's in pursuit of you. I'm going to say with that Devil card to the Seven of Wands, you feel that like this person is toxic, or you feel like they play games. And so you're very defensive when this offer or communication comes in here. Page of Cups to the Sun to the World card. This is someone who wants to either bridge the emotional distance between the two of you, the physical distance, again, like if you live like worlds away, so to speak. There's definitely something here about offering an apology to you, pursuing you in the hopes of healing the connection. Three of Cups, Temperance, and the Hierophant. I don't think this is a big show of love, right? Like, I don't think this, I don't know, let's say you broke up with your boyfriend. I don't think this is your boyfriend ringing your doorbell and getting down on one knee and asking you to marry them. The Temperance card is fire energy. It's Sagittarius, but it's tempered. It's quiet. The Page of Cups also is tempered and quiet. This is not a person coming in King of Wands or, you know, King of Cups kind of energy. So I just feel like it's tempered down. This is like an apology, an email, maybe gifting you something, talks of travel, talks of seeing one another, talks of reconciliation. I'm going to clarify the Hierophant card there for you. I would be cautious of anyone that you separated from in terms of a romantic partner who comes back around again during Mercury retrograde and is starting to discuss long-term marriage and stuff like that with you. I look, as a reader, I look at what's on the table and what's not on the table. We have none of the aces. There's no Ace of Swords where we're going to have clarity in a discussion. You know what I mean? There's no Ace of Pentacles where now we're creating a future or building a future. There's no Ace of Wands. Again, there's no even like physical intimacy here. There's no Ace of Cups where it's like, let's have a new beginning in love. I unconditionally love you and you me. This is very small energy here. And so I think you have a right to see this person as a little bit of, you know, being toxic. I understand your negative mind here for this person. I think you're very much in your power. I think regardless of what has transpired here between you and this individual, them engaging with you now during Mercury retrograde, I think you're a very different Scorpio than you were maybe the last time you connected with this person. Like the Empress to the Death card is like, you're now like a Scorpio 2.0. You can really like see through the bull. I don't think what this, the feeling I'm getting here is like, the manner in which they approached this relationship in the past maybe was something like you fell for or you tolerated or you accepted, but no more. You leveled up. They're still at Page. We just have Page here. And you're here in Empress or Emperor level. So you're a lot more clear-minded when it comes to the connection or what you deserve or want or desire from connections. Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. You want me to be honest with you? I'm always honest with you. I think you've been keeping yourself busy with other responsibilities, but I think you've been waiting for this person. If it's not, you know, if that's not part of the reading, then don't take it. If you're like, nope, you're wrong, then it's just not you, right? It's another Scorpio. But the majority of you have been working on other things and responsibilities and mastering yourself and taking care of yourself. And like I said, other tasks. But you have been mentally waiting for this person to contact you. Most of you, not all, most of you. Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Hangman. You've been manifesting this person to come towards you. You've been waiting, Hangman, you've been waiting. It's like, okay, I'm going to be busy taking care of myself and the yard and the garden and the house and work and learning a new skill and watching tarot readings on YouTube and whatever else that you do. But subconsciously, you're like, oh God, please come back to me. Please come back to me. Please come back to me. That's like 80% of you. It's not all of you. This is not my reading. I'm a Scorpio moon. It's not my reading. I am in separation from my person, but it's because he had surgery and he's in a, you know, he's rehabilitating at this time. It's not like we broke up. So someone had commented once and said, oh, her Scorpio reading is about her and her person. It's not. I have not resonated with a Scorpio reading since he had his surgery, which now it's like about 6 weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago. So I'm not really resonating with the Scorpio readings anymore, even the Gemini readings, to be quite honest with you. I just feel like we got thrown off of the timeline because of his injury and surgery. So I'm sure I will rejoin you in the future. So yeah, this is not my reading. I'm not saying I'm waiting for, I guess I'm waiting for him to get out of rehab, but none of this other stuff is going on. This is coming in small. This is an apology. This is someone wanting to reconcile with you, and you seem resistant to that. Tell me why the Hierophant card is here. Tell me why the Hierophant card is here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by 6 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Bottom on deck, 8 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This person is a soulmate, soul bond connection to you. And again, I feel like you've been waiting for this person. You've been waiting to work on this connection. And again, it's not everyone's message, but I feel for the majority of you, you would like this connection to be restabilized. You would like to be on the same page, right? Hierophant energy is we're on the same page. We have the same vision, the same morals. We're on, you know, we're charting the same course. We have the same goal in mind, right? This is all, we're on the same page. We're building, we're steady, we're solid. So I think you've been waiting for the opportunity to work on this steady and stable relationship with this person. But now that they're coming in, you seem a bit guarded. I don't blame you. I'll tell you same advice I gave to Cancer and Leo. My person and I separated for a very brief amount of time 2 years ago during Mercury retrograde. I wanted the relationship to move a little faster. He was resistant. There was a huge break. He came back around. I realized it was during Mercury retrograde, and I was like, all right, hold up, Jen. Can't go full throttle on this. Because of it, I don't want to become emotionally invested again in someone who, you know, 4 or 5 weeks from now is going to tell me, oh, I changed my mind again. So I was just like, if we can make it to September 1st and he's still all in, we're good. So I took it super slow during Mercury retrograde. I was cautious and guarded because I knew that maybe his return was out of guilt or something like that, and maybe it would just be fleeting. I lucked out, and 2 years later, we're still together and we're going strong. But I did have a friend go through the same thing at the same time. She went all in, and her relationship crashed and burned. He ended up ending things with her like the week after or 2 weeks after Mercury retrograde ended, like in that post-shadow period. So I would be a hypocrite to say don't reconnect with someone during a retrograde. We have 3 retrogrades a year. And I would be a hypocrite to tell you not to do that because I did that 2 years ago. But I will tell you, looking at her experience and my experience, I would not go full throttle in. You have a 50-50 shot of retrograde reconciliation actually maturing and continuing to deepen post-shadow. So I would take it super, super slow. If you get to September 1st and you're both on the same page, that Hierophant energy level, you have the same goal in mind, everything is structured and stable, go for it, proceed with caution. If not, at least you did not overly, invest your heart into something that's going to crash and burn and hurt you again. Because if you're already getting over the pain, and then this person comes in and offers you the world and you go all in, 3 or 4 weeks from now, if it ends, you're going to be more devastated than you were the first time. And you're going to be hating on yourself. Like, I knew it. I shouldn't have given him or her another chance. So you got a 50-50 shot of this working out if you want to accept this person. Some of you don't, right? It's a collective general reading. But for those of you that do, based on my experience and seeing what she went through, I would just take it super, super slow. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. You have someone who you might feel is toxic. you may feel is not on your level. You may feel over promises, and you might have some negative thoughts. When it comes to this individual, it looks like they are now pursuing you during Mercury retrograde. Again, just proceed with caution. If you like those messages, resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. You have confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure, and intimacy, bonding, sensual, and confiding. Okay. Why is Sag dealing with confusion and intimacy during this Mercury retrograde for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Four of Cups. Some of you live in New York City or you'll be visiting New York City during the retrograde. Just take that if that applies to you. Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Tower. Five of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands, the Death card, and the Five of Wands. That leaves the Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, Phoenix to the Two of Wands. Wow. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you have someone coming in. For some of you, it's a past person. For others of you, it's a new person. Either way, you're confused. If it's a past person, they're looking for reconnection, reconciliation. If this is a new person, this is someone asking you out on a date. Either way, you aren't sure if you're interested. Your heart is a little shut off because what's transpired here, either with this person in the past or just with a past person. So you seem to be very on guard when it comes to proceeding forward in that Three of Wands with this person. Seven of Wands, you're very guarded. The Death card to the Five of Wands, this is a lot of internal conflict. I don't know if I want to rebirth the connection with this past person, or I don't know if I want to birth a new love connection. So there's a lot of confusion here. This is with a romantic partner. I feel like there's a lot of sexual chemistry between you and this person. Like you find them attractive, they find you attractive. Again, whether it's a past person or a new person. Either way, you're uncertain, unclear, and unsure if you want to proceed forward with the connection. Tell me more about this person. Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Tower. This is you receiving communication like that from this individual. Now, if it's a past person, this could very well be like an actual letter that they're sending you, or this would be a very long text message or instant message messenger. I'm talking like 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. This woman in this card is reading a letter. So for some of you, it literally is a document. And for others of you, it could just be, like I said, long text message, long instant messenger message, long email. I just heard fax. Okay, maybe for some of you, this person is sending you a fax. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. I think fax and I think like 1990. Okay, I'm 51 years old, so I think not early 90s, late 80s when I hear fax machine. But anyway, maybe for some of you, that's how this person is communicating with you. You seem to be very hesitant. So I want to know more about this person. I want to know more about this person. One more shuffle here. Thank you. For this person, we have the Two of Cups, soulmate, soul bond connection. Knight of Swords could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then the Eight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Oh my God. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. To the Four of Pentacles. Eight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're busy. You're doing other things in that Eight of Pentacles energy. There's a book here. There are pens. I feel like you're busy. You're busy working on yourself, your other responsibilities, your other tasks, and then this person enters or re-enters your life here with this communication. It's a pretty solid soulmate, soul bond connection. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Is this a new person? Let's get a yes or no. If we get an ace or a major arcana card, that would be a yes. Is this a new person for Sag? Is this a new person? One more shuffle here, please and thank you. Justice card fell out of the deck. Major arcana card is a yes. Ace of Swords is a yes. Double yes. This is a new soulmate now on your path. You are meeting them between July 17th and August 10th. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. You're wounded. You're battered. You've been through hell with this past person. So when this new person comes in, you appear to be very reserved. I don't know if I want to go down that road again. I don't know if I want to open myself up to this again. If you feel like you are ready Not that you're looking for this person to help you escape another person. You know what I mean? You really feel like, I'm ready. There's been a good amount of time since that other connection ended. I'm healed. And look, I'm not going to tell you you have to wait 3 years from any one connection to another. I left a 24-year relationship. 21 of those years I was married to him. And I left it in June of 2020. And I had a new soulmate put on my path that I started dating in August of 2020. So I would be a hypocrite to tell you, you got to wait a long time. My friends, my family, my community were shocked as S. Can't believe Jen entered another relationship 2-3 months after telling her husband she wants a divorce. They also don't know my life. And I spent the last 3 or 4 years of that marriage grieving the loss of the marriage, living separately from my husband. No one knew that. No one knew that we were on opposite ends of a 6,000 square foot home. Each had our own bedrooms, our own bathrooms. The only time people saw us when we went out to public, once or twice a week, maybe to go food shopping or grab a burger together at the local pub, local bar. That's when people saw us and just assumed everything was great because we just saw Jen and Tony food shopping together. That did not make the relationship. That's not the relationship I was experiencing at home. So I was ready for love. I was ready for the soulmate. And when he entered my life and we locked eyes, that was it. I knew he was the one for me and I for him. And, it'll be 5 years this August. We're still together. So, and it hasn't been easy. And I had to go, through my divorce during that time. And it's closed out, thankfully. But I kind of feel this is where you're at. You're like where I was at. So if you feel healed and ready, regardless of the length of time since the other connection ended, then I would say maybe drop the defenses a little bit. This is a very solid soulmate. Being put on your path, the divine feels you're ready. Wheel of Fortune to the 3 of Wands. They feel like it's time for you to move forward. I would move forward cautiously. I moved forward very, very cautiously with him. I was enamored by him. I was charmed by him. He was like a knight in shining armor, huge contrast from my husband, who, the whole marriage wasn't crap, but the last 3 to 4 years were. So, going from that relationship, grieving the loss of that relationship, and then meeting someone who brings me flowers to this day without me asking for them, huge, huge. Someone who sees that I'm in crisis and doesn't wait for me to ask. And it's like, this happens in May of this year. Some of you know, some of you don't know. My neighbor's tree breached my property and caused tremendous roof damage here. And I was like, oh my God, prices in New Jersey are so expensive in the United States of America. I cannot afford $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I got a multi-tiered roof here on this old Victorian house, which needs a lot of work to begin with. I had rain pouring in. It totally damaged half of the second floor, part of the first floor of the house. And I was just seeing all of this, these expenses mount up. And I'm thinking homeowners isn't going to cover it because that was a neighbor's tree. And they have no homeowners insurance. So I'm screwed. I can't go after them for it. And without me asking, he stepped in. He's like, I got you covered. When I tell you shocked, I was shocked. So there's something like that here happening. You're meant to be with this person. This person is a King of Cups, a Queen of Cups. These are individuals who show love as an act of service. They might not be mushy all the time with you, but when your roof collapses, that's the king or queen that shows up and says, I can help you with that. I'll help you get the loan, or you could borrow money from me, or I'll just give it to you as a gift, or hey, I happen to be a roofer, or my friend is one. That's an act of service kind of love. That's, I know how you like your coffee in the morning. And so when I see you in the morning, I'm going to bring you your coffee the way you like it. So solid soulmate on path here for you. If you're ready, you're ready. I would say go for it. 7 of Wands says, have healthy boundaries. Don't go full throttle. But this is your chance here, my love, to have a rebirth in love. And for 99.9% of you, it is not a past person. You got 2 yes cards here indicating it's a new person. Justice to the Ace of Swords. This is someone who's authentic, honest, truthful. And this is, I think, for a lot of you, your karmic justice when it comes to love because of what you had to put up with in the past. Just like what I had to put up with in the past. I always look at him now like, okay, it was worth all the crap I went through because at the end of the day now, I have him. Same thing is kind of playing out here for the Sagittarius collective, whether you're masculine or feminine. You have new love here entering your life by August 10th. Again, you have to make yourself available. If you're going to live in your house with your windows and doors closed, you're going to miss the opportunity of missing this person, or you'll be delaying missing this person. But this intimate individual, this romantic partner is headed your way. I would make yourself available. Again, if you're ready, put yourself out there in the 3D world, get yourself out of the house, update your dating profile if you have one or want one, because this person is now on path for you. I've been seeing this for the Sag Collective for the last 3 to 4 weeks. We're getting closer and closer. That's what I have for you, my love. That's what you'll be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. peace. Hello, Capricorn. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. You have elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. No bueno. Shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. Okay, I think you need to be careful of someone unexpectedly being dishonest with you. All right, tell me more about this. Why is Capricorn dealing with elusive and shocking during Mercury retrograde? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, we have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords, the King of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Four of Pentacles. That leaves the Page of Swords, 10 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, my love, someone is keeping something from you. I'm not one of those tarot readers that's going to tell you something shocking and just, you know, get you to subscribe to my channel. I'm not a high drama reader. For those of you who've been with me since April of last year when I started the channel, you know that's just not my style of reading. But I have to tell you what's here. We're clarifying elusive and shocking. We have someone here who, Four of Pentacles, the High Priestess to the Six of Cups. This is a soulmate, soul bond connection. They're holding back from telling you the truth about something. For some of you, this person is going on vacation. They're going away. The Knight of Swords is moving. The Six of Swords is moving. The Chariot could indicate moving. So for some of you, this has to do with travel. This person is telling you they're going on a trip or they're going somewhere. Now, it could be, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. Could be something like that. Or it could be, hey, I'm just going to take a day trip. Or I'm taking 3 or 4 hours to go to this place. They're doing something else on that trip that they're not telling you. I think for a lot of you, this has to do with movement. I'm seeing too many cards of movement. So this is something like I'm going to the trip, I'm going on a trip, or I'm going here, or I'm going to the store, or I'm going to this event, or I'm going to the beach. There's something here, but they're keeping something from you. Now, I think you're going to figure out what this is. Page of Swords to the Page of Pentacles. I think you're going to figure it out, whether you're doing intel, like you're spying. Sometimes Page of Swords could be the spy card. So you could be looking stuff online. Maybe you're going to follow this person. I don't recommend that. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here, what I'm feeling here. But some way, somehow, you will be obtaining tangible proof that this person is lying to you. Let's figure out what the lie here is. But Page of Swords to the 10 of Cups to the 8 of Pentacles. This is like, I'm not going to be satisfied until I find out the truth. I think you're going to put a lot of Pentacle energy into figuring out this puzzle. It's like this person threw you a few puzzle pieces and went, okay, I'm going to ABC, be back in whatever, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks. And now that you're alone, you're away from them, you're starting to put the puzzle pieces together and you're like, oh, there's this puzzle piece missing, this puzzle piece, and this puzzle. It's not really an accurate picture of what they're doing. And so I think basically here you go on the hunt for the missing puzzle pieces. And I do think you discover them. What is this person keeping from you? Let's try to figure that out. What is this person keeping from you? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What are they keeping from you? Justice, the Truth, Hierophant, 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Temperance, Page of Swords, 10 of Cups. Look, if this is career related, I would be really careful about trusting everyone at work. There are at least one individual, for some of you two, they're not being completely honest with you here. So in a career and finance read, the Hierophant could be the entity or corporation that you work for. Someone's not telling you the truth in the Justice card, and instead they're throwing a lot of smoke and mirrors your way. That's Neptune and Pisces there, 7 of Cups. For others of you, if this is like a romantic partner and you're married to this person or you want to be married to this person is not telling you the truth. Again, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors here about where they're going or what they're doing, but they're not telling you the truth of where they're going and what they're doing. I'm going to have to throw this out there for some of you. If you're dating someone who's married, they're not telling you the truth about the marriage. Like they could be saying they're going away, but it's like their spouse then could be going with them. But they're not telling you the spouse part. It could be like, I don't know, I don't even know if NASCAR is in season. So I'm just going to use that as an example. I'm going to go watch the NASCAR game. I got tickets and I'm going. And yeah, it's true. They went and they had a great time. They probably texted you while they were there or sent you a photo or two, but they didn't tell you that the wife was there. There's something like that here. So whether it's work related or relationship related, or you're in a relationship with someone who's, you know, involved elsewhere, this person is going somewhere over the course of Mercury retrograde, some kind of trip, whether it's short distance or long, and they're not telling you the truth about it. It's like they're sending you photos or communication that everything is great, but it's smoke and mirrors. They're not telling you something else is going on. And if this is work related, you could be very well like invited to attend some type of company outing or a business trip or a convention or a conference. And they're making it sound really great. Oh, you're going to love it. We stay at the Hyatt and there's, you know, buffet food, and they're keeping the truth from you. Like, this is going to be grueling, hard work, right? This is 12-hour days. You're sweating. There's setup. There's carrying heavy equipment. There's just something here about a trip or travel, and someone's making it sound a lot better than what it is. And that's because they're keeping something from you. Tell me more about the secret for Capricorn. Yeah, they're being elusive. One more shuffle here. Thank you. A little bit more about the secret. Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like if they know that if you knew the truth, it would bother you so much. Some of you may even want to end the connection. 9 swords plus the sword and the queen is 10. So whoever this person is, they feel like if Capricorn knew the truth, one, it would mentally plague them. And I can't do that to them. So for some of you, it's an act of love. It's like, it's no big deal that I'm not telling Capricorn the full truth. It's just going to upset them and make them worry. And I don't want to make them worry because I love them. For some of you, it's as simple as that. It's your person, I don't know. Let me give you an example. Your person going to that NASCAR game, NASCAR events, and they're going to the NASCAR event and they're bringing their friend along. Okay, that's true. They got tickets. They're bringing their best buddy, but they're also not telling you maybe the ex-wife and kids are coming along. It's no big deal. I have no feelings for her or him. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, but I'm not going to tell you because it's just going to upset you and you're going to think I'm trying to reconcile. You know what I mean? So they're being elusive and dishonest. I think you're going to find out the truth anyway. There's some photo or something, or they slip up afterwards and you're going to be like, oh, he was there. Oh, she was there. So you're going to find out the truth anyway, but their reasoning for not telling you the truth is, I really didn't want to worry you. I didn't want you to think the worst case scenario and then end the connection with me. Same thing if this is a job. They're telling you about the trip or the convention or the conference and everything is great. But if they tell you ahead of time, you're going to be worried. You're going to be panicked. You might bail out. You might quit the job. So their whole thing is, you know, we like Capricorn enough. Yep, we're going to talk up the convention, talk up the conference. When they show up, they'll see that's a little harder work than we portrayed. And it's fine. They'll just, you know, so that's what's happening here. I don't think this person's looking to like two-time you. We're not getting 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, all of that stuff. This seems more or less to be, I'm keeping a secret from Capricorn about something that I'm doing that either involves someone else or involves a lot more hard work than I want to portray to Capricorn that it is. But I don't want Capricorn to freak out and bail on me or leave the company or something like that. So that seems to be their justification for not telling you the truth. However, I think that you're going to find out the truth there. I think you're going to put on your little Inspector Gadget hat, and I think you're going to go to work and figure out what this person was doing and who was there. And then I do think you're confronting them to want to know why they kept this from you. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. That is your Mercury and retrograde reading. If you like those messages, resonated with you, maybe just found them to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. Let's see who or what you're dealing with during Mercury retrograde. You have beauty, charming and graceful, kind-hearted, loves, distance, separation, space, blockage. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. Why are they dealing with beauty and distance during Mercury retrograde for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, the World, 6 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Strength, King of Pentacles, Magician. Good for you. Bottom of the deck, the Empress, 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands. Bravo. That leaves 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, the Star, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So Aquarius, it looks like Mercury retrograde is all about you closing a pretty significant chapter here in your life, whether that means you're changing career paths, changing jobs, living situations, going from single to coupled, coupled to single, one lover to another. Whatever this is for you, this is huge. You're creating a huge distance, almost like between your old life and the new life. You're moving on. You might be a little internally conflicted at times. Am I doing this the right way? Did I plan this the right way? It's a little second guessing energy there with that Five of Wands as you're departing and creating the distance. It's almost like when you leave the job and you box up. I've had those moments. I remember giving my notice. I worked for a bank probably almost 30 years ago now. I really liked the people that I worked with. I was in the fraud center of a credit card department for a bank here in New Jersey. I really liked working in that capacity with those people. I hated the company. I hated the company. So when I found another job, I gave my 3 weeks notice. It was 3 weeks was required. So I gave my 3 weeks notice. And as excited as I was for the new job, because I couldn't believe that I landed it, but I was very excited. But as I was packing up the desk, I started looking around at the coworkers that I've worked with there for quite some time. And it kind of, pulled on my heartstrings a bit. I'm not going to see these people anymore. 8:30 to 4:30, moving on in my life. I'm never going to sit next to Rocco. I'm not going to have lunch with Yvette every Friday. It started to hit me. And when I packed up those 2 boxes of personal belongings off the desk in my work area, cubicle, whatever, and I put them in the car as I drove away and looked in that rearview mirror. And that center sign, the bank sign, was getting smaller and smaller and smaller as I drove away. There was a little, that chapter of my life is over. I'm never going to engage with those people again from 8:30 to 4:30. I stayed in touch with a vet for maybe 4 or 5 months, but then she changed jobs and I moved on with my life. And then I got married years later and I moved and she got married and she moved. And, we're looking at almost 30 years later. I don't even know where she is. We've, totally lost touch. So this is the feeling. As I'm wrapping up this cycle and I'm boxing things up or I'm getting ready to depart or move on, there's a little feeling here of looking back in that rearview mirror and seeing that person, place, or thing kind of get smaller and smaller. But you're going to persevere, and you're going to truck right through it. You're going to move right through it, no problem. This makes you stronger, if anything, and you're moving towards wish fulfillment. And I think that's when you're looking in the rearview mirror and it's getting smaller and smaller, and then you look ahead and you're like, everything I ever wanted is right there. So it will shift your view, will shift your focus more. And at that point, there's a lot more positivity that's going to enter your life. I do think that this stage of closing this out will really reflect well on you physically. Some of you will start doing your hair differently, your makeup. If you wear makeup, you're going to be wearing different clothes, maybe eating better. There's definitely a lifestyle change here that goes along with this. Because you're so happy moving in this new direction that you're moving in, you're now naturally going to take care of yourself. And so yeah, very well could be a change in diet, introducing or maybe improving some type of like exercise regimen, maybe getting some sun on your face, getting some tanning. There's definitely something here of improving physical appearances, but also taking care of the internal body as well. Maybe you're going to give up smoking now because you're like, I'm on a whole new life path. I'm feeling good. It could be something like that. I think you're exiting gracefully, whatever this is. I think you're being very kind or kind-hearted. 99% of you, I think you've planned this out. This was a slow build to close this out. I don't think this is anything hasty that you're doing. But yeah, during the next 4 to 5 weeks of Mercury retrograde, there's going to be a little looking back in that rearview mirror, figuratively speaking, and just wondering if you're doing the right thing. But once your focus, is redirected towards your present reality and you're moving towards wish fulfillment, all of those like what ifs, did I do the right thing? That's all wiped out. Empress to the 10 of Cups to the 6 of Wands. This is a hell yeah, I made the right decision. Okay, I'm sorry that you're getting smaller and smaller in my rearview mirror, but F yeah, I did the right thing for me. And so I like that for you. That's what I have for you, my love. Mercury retrograde is all about you creating distance, physical distance between you and your old life, taking better care of yourself and moving towards your wish fulfillment. Victory is yours. That's what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's see who or what you'll be dealing with during this Mercury retrograde. We have abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. And you have clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. Okay. Why is Pisces dealing with abandoned and clinging during Mercury retrograde? For Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Just saw the Death card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, the Fool. 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, Hangman, Chariot. 2 cards came out here. 4 Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit, the Emperor, the 3 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 4 Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 2 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Well, for those of you still holding on, still clinging to a person, place, or thing that really needed to leave your life quite some time ago, I think the next 4 to 5 weeks, maybe even for some of you, is going to be really difficult because this other entity appears here to be moving away from you. There's remorse and there's regret. You know, nobody enters a job thinking they're going to leave it. Nobody hires you for a job thinking, I can't wait till I fire you. No one enters a friendship or a romantic partnership saying, I can't wait for the day I'm dumped by this person or I get to dump this person. So for those of you, you have been clinging to a person, place, or thing that you really needed to walk away from. It looks like you're having a new beginning here, although begrudgingly, because that person, place, or thing is moving away from you. There's a feeling here of you being neglected or rejected to some capacity. Whatever this was, at some point, it encompassed your 9 cups. This is a job that makes me happy. The living situation makes me happy. The friend, the family member, the lover, who's part of my wish fulfillment, part of my emotional contentment. I think you're going to spend the next 4 weeks, if not longer even, I almost want to say 7 weeks, probably healing from this ending. I hate to say it was all meant to happen in divine timing, but it was with that Wheel of Fortune card. This was meant to come to an end. I think you need to see it in a new perspective, from a different perspective, that you were obsessively holding on to something that really needed to leave your life. I think you were playing it small in whatever situation, environment, or connection this has been. I think 4 Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 2 of Swords. I think you knew it was ending. I think you resisted the ending. I think you didn't want to see the ending. I think you had a lot of love for whomever, whatever this is. But if you see it from another perspective, this was an incredibly burdensome connection. Whoever this person was, this King of Swords, they were cold towards you. You know, this is the boss that never gives you the pat on the back or the raises or promotion you deserve. It's the friend who shows up when it's convenient for them. It's the lover who can be a bit of a narcissist. This was meant to teach you self-love. Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands, to help move you forward and also to help move you in the direction of the next boss, the next friend, and the next lover here who's on path for you. So for those of you where you've been clinging, it looks like, and I hate to be the reader to tell you this, but this is ending for you. You're going to hold on till the bitter end for those of you that resonate with this message. But this is all meant to, again, hate to say happen in divine timing, but it's you're kind of holding up your own life and this person's life or this situation by clinging to something. So what do I mean by that? You have a job and you know that you need to leave, but you're not. Meanwhile, the divine has created another job opportunity for you here. All you have to do is get in the mindset, see it from another perspective. I know that I've been here for 20 years and I thought I was going to stay until the day I retired, but it's time for me to apply for the next job. Oh, boom, look, the next job is there. It's available. Now you get to move to it. Now a new person gets to come into your job. You're kind of holding up the whole thing. This job is still open, so this company can't properly function because you're not filling the space yet. That person waiting for your job is having a difficult time making ends meet now and feeding their kids or paying their bills because they have no income. They're waiting for you to leave your job so they can apply for it. This is like a domino effect. This is how, almost 9 billion people on the earth are interconnected. When you say, oh, you're 6, degrees of separation from most people, you are. You really are. It's not just some, stupid game attributed to a celebrity. Most of us are pretty close to being connected to someone else. So the decisions we make or we don't make impact people often than not, like people we don't even know. So there's something here like you're holding up moving in that new direction, and therefore you're holding up the next person who needs to be with this person, live in this apartment, have this job, have those experiences so then they can move forward in their life. So you're kind of holding up, I hate to say it, that everyone else who's, you know, interconnected to this some way, somehow. So what is happening here? I feel like this is being forced upon you. What is happening here with this Fool card? One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You came out before. For some of you, this is love. This is a new love partner. It's a new soulmate, soul bond connection. If you want to look at it as work, your new boss is waiting for you to put out the resumes and applications so you can apply for the job at his or her company. This person is waiting for you to leave this person so you can heal, you know, Four of Swords, heal. And then when you're ready in divine timing, put yourself out there and then get matched with this person either through a friend or a dating app or something like that. This person is waiting for you to become free and autonomous of this situation, environment, or connection. So their life is on hold. Two of Cups, Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Look, they can't move forward. They can't move forward towards the Ten of Cups. You can't move forward towards the Ten of Cups because you're stuck where you're at. So this is ending to force you to let go of whomever or whatever this is. I think that's all I have for you, Pisces. I'm going to get two more cards for those of you on the new timeline. And someone commented about a week or so ago. I was like, what do you mean, new timeline? The people who already left us behind. Most of them did this in like September, October of 2024. Every zodiac sign goes through monumental life timeline jump changes. And some signs move a lot slower than others. I'd like to think when I got my divorce in 2020, I was on the forefront of the Geminis doing that. Like I was part of the first wave of Geminis doing that. Because then I saw other friends who were Geminis going through other big life changes, not all divorce. Some were like radically changing their, you know, career paths and stuff like that. They were all doing that like 3 months later or 6 months later or 12 months. Like we come in phases, right? This happens in phases. Aquarius right now, there's a group of Aquarians who are on the forefront. First wave of Aquarius making massive, massive life changes. Divorces, radically changing their career paths and stuff like that. So when I refer to the old timeline for Pisces, it's those of you, you're basically like the last group of the Piscean collective to let go of something that you've been clinging on to. So I'm going to do a reading now for the individuals who were part of that first or second wave and did this. There's no shame. There's no shame in being last on this at all. Everyone lets go when they're ready. Sometimes it happens when we're not ready. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening to some of you that have been clinging and holding on. I kind of feel like this is coming to an end here for you. I think you're going to resist it till the very end. And if you can ease up on that and go with the flow, I think in time, within the next 4 weeks, you're going to be able to look back and say, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I know you can't see it now because you've been fighting the ending. But when you get through to the other side, you're going to realize it all happened for the right reason, for your benefit, Okay, 2 cards now for Pisces on the other timeline. Healing, releasing, purifying, cleansing. Love this. You made it through the tunnel, right? It's complete opposite of the Pisces who are still holding on. Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. So the feeling I get here, some of you, you've gone through that, whether you're at the new job or in the new connection or just kind of flying solo right now, figuring out what you're going to do next. I feel like you're you're not making yourself very vulnerable. You're very guarded. You're not letting people see all of you or connect with all of you. There's something here you need to release, purify, cleanse from your energy, from your mindset, trauma inside. That's probably the best way for you to spend the next 3 to 4 weeks of Mercury retrograde. So you can then become more vulnerable in respect to your connections. Tell me more of this here for Pisces and timeline 2. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Ace of Cups, self-love. King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Page of Swords, the Sun. Oh my God, beautiful. Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Temperance, the Star, King of Cups. This is nice. The Lovers, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's okay to have healthy boundaries and connections, but I think you need to work on having your walls too high, being too guarded. And I get that. I understand what that's like, but there's something here about you acquiring information, whether that's online, through therapy, counseling. This could also play out in terms of doing nice things for yourself, like walks in nature, meditation. It's like, I need to find ways, discover ways how I can fully, truly love myself, whether I'm in a connection with someone or not. It's like restoring stability to yourself, knowing you're going to be okay, being able to trust yourself that you will make the right decision when it comes to all your connections, professional, platonic, or romantic. There's definitely something here about when it comes to soulmate, soul bond connections, trusting yourself to make the right decision, trusting yourself to be vulnerable and to be able to catch the red flags when they happen. Putting your walls up and feeling like I got to be 10 foot tall and bulletproof, to keep everyone out is not the way to heal your heart. It's not the way to invite new connections into your life. So there's a lot of healing here taking place. Learning new ways how to love yourself, how to be structured and stable on your own, to increase your self-worth, your self-value, to heal. So when it comes to these soulmate, soul bond connections in your life or the new ones entering your life, you can show up in an emotionally balanced, healed way. King of Cups to the Star card. Temperance, Star card. Temperance is fire energy, right? Sagittarius, but it's tempered, it's balanced. That's how we want to show up in a connection. Healed, emotionally balanced, not triggered from past hurts. So whether you've moved on, I'm reading for those of you moved on from that person, place, or thing. But whether this is just talking about existing connections in your life or new ones entering, I keep saying you kind of got cleanup here on aisle 5 to do. This keeps coming up in a collective reading now for the past 2 or 3 weeks because the majority of you are not doing cleanup on aisle 5. You think it's fine. The store is big. As long as I shop in the other aisles, I don't have to go down aisle 5 anymore. I'll go to another store to get the items from aisle 5 just so I don't have to deal with what's on aisle 5. You can't do that. You got to go back. It's like you broke it, you bought it. You can't knock it off the shelf and leave it shattered. I'm not saying you did this to yourself. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm just giving an example. You knock the shelf over, you knock the item off the shelf, it shatters, and you walk away. You just continue shopping. And it's like, no, you either got to go back and clean it. You got to take it to customer service. You got to do the work. You got to go to customer service. You got to say, I just broke a vase, or I dropped a jar of sauce off the shelf and it splattered. Maintenance has to go there. There's definitely something here about cleanup in aisle 5. I just keep hearing that for you. We can't just shop in another store, never show our face again at that food store. It's like, got to go back and address it. So there's definitely something here about going back and addressing it. And I think there's different ways that you could address it. If you're in Northern Hemisphere, you could get out in nature more, walks, meditation, going to the beach if you can, some sun on your face, lots of healing, lots of time for meditation, reflecting, being alone, listening to the seagulls at the shore type of thing, kind of feeling, or driving in nature. For others of you, this very well could be counseling or therapy. I encourage both. If you could get out there in nature, fabulous, do it. And I did 18 months of online counseling after my divorce, even though I'm the one who asked for it. But I entered another relationship and I immediately saw my resistance to being vulnerable with him. And I realized I got a lot of shit in aisle 5 I got to take care of. And I'm glad that I did it, because this August will be 5 years that I'm with him. And I'm not sure we would have lasted this long had I not done that 18 months therapy. I think I would have sabotaged the relationship. I do. And therapy will bring up things going back to childhood. So don't think you're just cleaning up aisle 5, because before you know it, they're going to bring up, the time. And you're like, shit, I got to do aisles 4, 3, 2, and 1. All before that as well. So for some of you, it could be something like that. But I want to tell you to take the next 3 to 4 weeks, figure out what this is for you, what the hell happened in aisle 5, and firmly and formally address it. Whether you have this person or these people in your life, or they're coming soon, like literally being put on your path soon. There's something here about working on the past so you can learn how to have healthy boundaries, as opposed to not being vulnerable at all and not letting new people in. There's definitely something here you need to heal, purify, cleanse, and release from your life. High Priestess, Judgment to the 8 of Wands. I think life moves very quickly once you do that. I think you're headed towards victory, success, happiness. 4 of Wands, the Chariot card here. So I do think this is attainable. I definitely think it's something you can do. But I would definitely, if you haven't done it yet, I would start working on this during Mercury retrograde. That's what I have for you, my love. That is what you can expect during Mercury retrograde. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Pisces, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.